Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Doll TV. We are here live in the doll shop in Denver, Colorado. My name is Rachel. I am here with Linda. She is in our doll department, and she is going to be showing us today how we are setting the eyes on a antique doll. This is an antique shoulder head that we're going to set the eyes. So they're going to be set and not sleep, and we are going to show it, and I hope you guys get some tips and learn some fun stuff about how to do this. Be sure to like, comment, and share the video, and subscribe on YouTube. Okay, we're going to turn it around and see what's going on. Hey, Linda.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, so here we go again.
We're going to try it.
We're going to try it. So we have a much smaller doll right now. Hello, everybody that's tuning in. We are going to be setting the eyes. So what is going on here?
Okay, I just went to the back and grabbed a doll.
Okay, and she's dirty.
She's dirty. She's not, and we aren't going to even keep the eyes in there, but it will give you an idea. She's smaller, so yes, it's easier to have an eye setting tool.
Oh, I like that tool.
There. And yes, the eyes, but they fit. They're a little large, but I'm not going to get all excited about it. This is for demonstration.
Demonstration only.
Because when you start going through eyes, it takes hours to find them. So anyway, what I'm going to do is this.
You're pulling out some of this museum wax, and guys, we get this, I believe, off of Amazon. You can just order it anywhere, but I'm pretty positive that's where we get it. And you get the museum wax, and you're making these little worms.
And the main thing is when you put these eyes in, you want them to go above midline. So I want them to, and these are the irises are a little bigger than I would like, but it makes the doll dreamier. But it would be like so. So if I drew a line across from this eye cut to this one, this pupil should be a little bit above that line. That's what we mean by above midline.
Do you ever actually draw the line?
No, we know.
You just look.
Yeah, we know. Just no. Okay, so I'm looking at where this is hitting so I can put my wax on it. Some people put the wax literally inside the head and then set the eyes. For me, it's easier this way. And I like setting both eyes at the same time, because it will tell me if something's wrong, hopefully.
So what you're doing is grabbing some of this museum wax, rolling it to make these little burrito worms, and then you're wrapping them around the front of the head so that when you set the eye inside the head,
it sticks.
Before you put the plaster down, it sticks.
And it keeps it from leaking forward, the plaster.
Oh,
if there's any gap.
So it's like a stopper.
Yeah.
Like that. Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to go in here. Okay, come on. And I'm going to position it. And I'm just going to sort of push it forward. It's not hard. And then pull out.
Amazing. I like this little eye setting tool. That's cool.
Really, it's handy. Especially when the eyes are so little. The head is so little. There's like 4 different sizes we can get.
Where do you recommend to shop them?
This one is from Kemper. The other ones are from Master Eye Babbler that I use all the time at home.
Okay.
Okay, these eyes are different color even.
Yeah, so guys, these are not staying in this doll. It's for demonstration only.
But mainly.
But we're showing you the gist.
We're showing you quickly. There. Another way you could see is look at the light, and you can see if the whites are equal. And this eye needs to come in because the pupil. And understand that eyes are always, the pupils can, there it fell out. The pupils can be bigger or smaller in the eyes. And then you have to keep matching eyes, because that will really throw you off. Eyes are not created equal. So
eyes are not created equal. There are some, yeah, exactly. Now, if somebody was going to buy some eyes off the internet or something like that, how do you know the sizes?
well, we use eye setting tools or bevelers. You can measure in millimeters across, and usually if it measures an 11, you would probably have a 12. But each eye, different eyes, if they're French, they have more of a paperweight, and then there's wraparound paperweights, and it gets really confusing. You just have to try. That's the scary part, trying to buy them on the internet. Especially if it's a real good doll. Okay. See this pupil? I just pushed it. I'm focusing now. So there you go. Even though they're different colors and it gives you a different illusion, but this is what you're going to do.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, it's definitely good for the demonstration. They're pretty much even, and that makes a lot of sense. So now they are in there, fixed with the tacky, the museum wax. And so now you're just mixing your plaster, which this plaster is super easy. You can get plaster of Paris anywhere, and you just add a little bit of water and mix it up. I said in our last video, this reminds me of my PB2 that I use. It's powdered peanut butter, and I reconstitute it with water. And it looks just like this, but I'm sure mine tastes better than the plaster.
Okay, got too much water.
Too much water, so it's supposed to be...
You can be
like
patient.
concrete.
Well,
sort of.
Like toothpaste.
Like toothpaste, okay. Because if it's too watery, then you can't set it.
It takes too long to set. It oozes through the eyeball, and then you have a mess to clean up.
Not good.
Not good. See?
That still seems like a little too...
No, it's not. It's not dripping off.
It's not dripping off. Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to hit it on the side. When you set your eyes, you don't want to hit the eyeball itself, because you went to so much trouble to set them to be focused. You want it to be, the plaster to be up on the side of the head.
If you guys can hear that barking, that's Murray. The moment I quit giving him his undivided attention. He just starts in on this.
You didn't bring him. He wants to be over here.
He is just such a mess some days.
There it is.
And then what?
We just
let it dry?
Let it dry. And what I always tell my students is go like this and leave it. When this is set up, then your eyes are set up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that helps.
And being this is plastic, you can clean it out and reuse it.
And then so say you set them and it looks bad. They're wonky, it's not set right. How do you dissolve the plaster and get it off?
I put the head back in a tub of water. Mm-hmm. And I will take a feathering knife, one of these, or a scalpel. And I would let it sit. That one head, one time I wouldn't even budge, so I let it sit over the weekend. But then you can scrape and just keep digging into and cutting the plaster, and pretty soon it will pop.
Okay, and then it just comes off.
But be very careful, because this is when you can chip an eye.
Yes, we don't want to do that.
We don't want to do that.
Okay.
So we will let this sit for a few minutes until we're finished, and then I'm going to remove them. But this is the doll.
Okay. Now, this is the one we were working on before we got flagged.
Yes. And we talked about the wax
Yes, because some of the wax is protruding through.
Right. So I'm using the side of my toothpick to remove it. I'm not throwing it away either. I'm going to put it back in the jar.
Yeah, this museum wax is expensive.
It is.
And
And it's getting more and more expensive. And if you can save it, save it. Hopefully I've got it. There.
This is a Simon & How Big, everybody. I believe she is a 1078. It's a common model, a beautiful model.
Plain old Windex.
Okay, and the what do you...
Q-tip.
Okay.
Damping it. And it will dissolve that wax.
Oh. So get out the chunks and then you can kind of clean up the residue.
And you can always go back in with the toothpick later too. That one needs it.
So you dig out all the wax and then sometimes I see plaster behind the eyes.
Sometimes
is there
you
anything you can do with that?
Sometimes you got to be very careful. Sometimes we'll take a straight pin and pick it. But then you've got to be careful because if it's holding that eye forward, that's what it's meant to do. There. She's ready.
Okay, so and let's just look in the middle. So this is what we did in the video that got flagged, but you guys can see same thing. We just put the plaster right on top and just set them just like that. So same application as the little head. Now doing sleep eyes is a whole different ball game, which we can touch on in the future, but hopefully this helps with just basic setting of stationary eyes. Stacy Peters said, funny, Linda is doing the work and I am holding my breath. I know, you guys. It is so, I feel the same way sometimes too. So any other tips? I think that's great.
Oh, so let's say this doll, we pick her up and we see that she's messed up. Sometimes you can adjust it.
Before it totally sets? Okay.
But if not, it's still wet.
And if you get plaster on the bisque, just like that, you just use water and dissolve it.
Yeah.
Basically. Okay.
Just like in the other video, I had plaster.
Oh, she just pulled them all out.
I did. Because they aren't going to stay in there.
No, because they're not right. And we're actually probably going to sell that doll just as is. So, well, that's good. Okay. Now, see, do you guys feel less afraid to try it?
I hope
do.
so.
Yeah. Thank you, Linda. That was so helpful.
You're quite welcome.
I really appreciated you. Hey, Paul, redoing that. Paul over there is holding our Myrrh because he has just been such a little tyrant and just commanding all of the attention. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. A comment, share, and with anybody that you think might appreciate seeing this. And as always, subscribe on YouTube. And we hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.